Alright, the Big Brother reviews return. So guys, here's my thoughts on Big Brother Canada Free, and no, I didn't see this season while it was airing. I realized that it had ended, and since Big Brother 17 is coming up, I should probably get caught up on this in case they mention anything from this season on there, so I did. I was actually able to view it in about a week. Not bad, huh? Alright, so, got a lot of things to mention about this, so let's dive into it, shall we? So, first of all, I really do like how they opened this show. You got the idea that this wasn't, a safe environment this season. No. This season started everybody off instantly, and it wasn't just, having to nominate people after just, getting into the house, because there was that first person leaving a couple of days later. Then there was the instant eviction in the third round of the game, well, third round of elimination, I should say, and then there was just the fact that everybody this season had potential to do something. Now, albeit not everybody mattered at the start of the season, but towards the end, everybody did, because, almost everybody was talking to 5, 6, or 7 different people. Everybody had 2 alliances and a bunch of people that they were up against, and I couldn't even really pick a favorite person because everybody I felt had potential to do something and matter, and I was just like, let's just see what happens, people. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the ride, and it was a pretty nice ride once all of that came down, yeah. So like I said, at the start of it, just everybody was talking to everybody, and I was really enjoying it. And sure, we got all those major alliances to start off, there was a Chop Shop, there was Newport, there was Kevin doing his little bit, and then there was the girl versus guy situation, which I was kind of depressed by, because, I never wanted to be guys versus girls in any reality show unless it's Survivor dividing them up by sex, but it was all interesting, and even though I was somewhat supporting the Chop Shop and Kevin, I wasn't really that bothered when Brittany and Sarah, were able to work their magic and influence the votes, and like with the past seasons of Big Brother Canada, early people leaving right at the season, I felt like a hole happened in this season, just every person did matter. Nice. And I really like how this time they actually did the evicted house guest very early on in the game. Thank you. Because, yeah, having some come back on the jury phase too deep in the game, and also they have knowledge of the jury members, although I didn't realize that until I saw Big Brother Canada 1, yeah. So I'm glad you did that correctly, although, when you have a season of 16 people, I don't really think that's a good idea, but I'm not really a fan of having 16 people in the Big Brother house at all, because in my mind that means you have to do too many fast-forward weeks, where every week is condensed into one episode, even though I don't mind those things in the game, because it does save production money and stuff, and it does get people on their toes. What I am not fine with is, one, the instant eviction, because this way, if you do that, the house guests, don't have the opportunity to defend themselves. They're on the block, and there's nothing they can do about this. That's Big Brother 2, people, not Big Brother in 2015, while I look at my watch, but yeah, not a fan of that, and I'm also not really fine with putting the evicted house guest in mid-round, and even though they gave Cindy the ability to save herself, you knew that she was going to be able to get that, so just seriously, you should have put her in at the beginning of the round, and either not have her immunity or wait till the end of that particular round, and just, right. So I'm just saying, there's a better way to do it, although she's still a recipient of the typical behavior of house guests that come back, get nominated right away, and chances are you're going to be gone right away unless there's a bigger target, which there was in one season of the US version. Right. But it's better than what the US season has been doing in that regard. They just keep bringing house guests back all the time deep in the game. Not a fan of that. Right. But yeah, that early stage of the game was pretty impressive. Seeing everybody go into that, and then we get to, the jury phase starts to go, and then JP getting blindsided. Well, I was a little disappointed to see him go, but let me tell you, that was a blindside. I really felt it. Just, woohoo. I know what's going through his mind, just shock. But yeah, if anyone's calling really him dumb for volunteering to be on the block, people have been, all throughout Big Brother, have volunteered to put themselves on the block in various situations, and it's all depending on social trends in the house. You could be in everyone's favor one week and then have half the people in the house downing you just the next week. Trust me. Right. And then we get to the main cruxes of the season, the triple eviction, and the main Twistos twist of the season, which is the have-not vault situation. I'm not going to discuss the double veto thing that Bruno was given, because, like, since Bruno had the ability to keep status quo and was not mandated to do anything, I'm not too bothered by that, other than the fact that it was unnecessary and not really something that I totally like about Big Brother, but I don't really have that much qualms with that compared to the other two bits. Now for the triple eviction. Now, like with the fast forward weeks, it does keep people on their toes, but the issue with that is it suddenly changes the dynamic of the game, because it's not that you want to get rid of somebody and then have to ensure that they're gone. It's, you could definitely get rid of this person or get rid of their closest ally or allies. So just, in my eyes, that's just too much power given to the house in 1 week. And like, the only reason they had to do this is because there were 16 people. Well, if you had started off with 14 people, then you could have easily avoided this. And I'm not just saying that because, like, Kevin left. I got the feeling that he was probably going to go eventually, but, just not a real fan of that. And then, also, suddenly everybody has to choose between who they don't want in the game, but who they do want in the game. Just not a fan of that. And then there was, Sarah and Brittany being able to save themselves with the power in the have-nots room. Now, that did, like with seasons 1 and 2, with various twists that the show has done, have Canada be able to drastically change the outcome of the game. Now, fortunately for this season does have a little bit of a loophole, which makes it a tad bit more justified, because here's the thing. Had Sarah or Brittany won the HOH that week, at least one of them, maybe both, because I can't remember if the head of house can be not in this voting situation. If one of them had been HOH, one of them still would have gone into the vault and probably would have cracked that puzzle and gotten the same advantage anyway, so there's potential it actually could not have affected the game, but since they didn't win HOH, you know, it saved them both. Doesn't even matter if, well, actually it did matter that, Sarah won the veto, because if she hadn't won the veto, Godfrey would have gone. So, oh, no, he actually wouldn't have gone, because they were able to take both of them off the block, and Brittany would have put up 2 nominations anyway. So, yeah, Bruno and Zach would have been screwed anyway, but yeah. Just, I feel like this is a situation where Canada was able to, like, put themselves in the game and drastically change it. And I'm not really a fan of that, because, you know, it almost screwed season 1 up for me, because, you know, Gary, he came in way too deep in the game, and that kind of thing. Yeah, and also, it completely changed the momentum in season 2, unlike Big Brother 6, well, pretty much the exact same thing happened, but the momentum changed because of actions taking place squarely inside the house and having nothing at all to do with the public. Here, it's the public that just would change the game. This isn't Big Brother UK or Australia or Big Brother 1, you know? So yeah, these Twistos twists. Gotta admit, I'm not really a fan of these things, you know? That's the main issue I've got with Big Brother Canada, just not good management of these twists, giving the public too much influence. Yeah, but, here's the thingy, though. Like, I originally thought these twists were gonna, like, screw up the season, but as I was looking at the last, 6 people left in the house after Zach went. I go, actually, you know what? All these people, I think, have... Or maybe it's the top 5, I mean. Yeah, top 5, sorry. I was looking at them and I go, you know what? All these people have underdog stories one way or another because Pilar and Ashley, they were thought of just like dolts at the beginning of the season, not really capable of anything, and even though they both don't have the greatest mental skills or social skills, they were still able to matter and pull out a few wins from their butts. That really wasn't that bad. And Ashley, she actually would have won had she made it, or she would have been that close to winning. Then Sarah and Brittany, they were described as floaters at the start, even though I strongly disagree with that. They were not floaters. They were trying to do stuff, but the issue was they simply weren't in the power position and couldn't accomplish their goals. And then Godfrey, you know, he was able to make everybody vibe for his vote and matter in the end. It wasn't really the greatest, though, because now that I have officially seen, you know, somebody deep in the history of the show get to the end without an alliance, there's not really that much to show for it. And it's like many people have said in Survivor, it's the social game that really matters, even though Godfrey himself did say that, yeah. Right. But, you know, like, I'd been thinking that I wouldn't be satisfied with this finale, like with Big Brother 2, but turns out I was, although I do kind of feel a little bit bad about it, because towards the end I did begin to kind of root against Godfrey, and yet he hadn't really done that much wrong, because, like, I kind of had put everybody at, like, a pillar that they had to meet, instead that, you know, like, since everybody, with the possible exception of Godfrey and a couple of people at the beginning, you know, everybody talked to, like I said, 5, 6, 7 different people to form ties with, and had a couple of people that they were confrontational with, even though that did change as the season went on. So, yeah, he hadn't done that, so I began to kind of root against them, even though the other two did have their own asterisks, because Ashley, she was nobody at first, but turned into something, and then Sarah, great game, but saved by that twist, yeah. But I was actually pleasantly surprised to see Godfrey win that final 3 and then actually have to make the decision for himself, even though I was fairly certain that both girls would beat him in that situation. Him picking Sarah, well, he himself admitted later, "You've always been there for me, I do really think I owe you one," and at the same time, I think he wanted her to win if it was the case of the 2 girls, you know, being the only ones left in the competition, so it makes perfectly valid sense. And, like, you know, Sarah could have lost it with that speech, but she kept at it, even though Godfrey did a pretty good job with his speeches as well, and she managed to carry it 8-2, oh, no, sorry, 7-2, because they got rid of a jury member there. Yeah, what's the deal with that, Big Brother? Just... you could have easily avoided that whole scenario, you know. Please. Another twist that just... right. But, yeah, they deserved to win on Sarah's part, and we now have a woman that justifiably won against a man, you know, with no crumbs in the jury votes, but again, she was saved by that twist. Now, to be fair, she had already won the standard veto, and she could have actually gone farther, but the odds were severely against her in that position, you know, so just, yeah. It's a tad bit of a bummer she still has that asterisk, but barring that, I really did think that this was a great season, and I'm seriously tempted to say that this is better than Big Brother Canada 1, putting it as the best season that I've seen since Big Brother 12, but I'm not really too sure, because both of them have asterisks. I just gotta decide which one I think is worse in this regard. Oh, and am I going to be watching Big Brother 17? I'm strongly considering it, but I still haven't decided yet. I've got like 3 weeks, though.